art can be more than the sum of its parts, more than a brush against canvas.
I love kind of capturing the essence of people and kind of who they are.
Kwanzaa Humphrey tells stories through the faces he paints.
There's such a diversity in kind of how people show up in the world, and painting is a way to kind of cross those divides.
Hong Xiang expresses cultural identity with ink on fabric, creating stunning spirals of hair-like lines.
According to Chinese culture, hair can show the beauty, power.
And Israel Alejandro Garcia engages viewers through mixed media, inspiring a dialogue.
It tells stories that you probably don't know.
They're just a few of the local artists with work on display at the new KCI terminal. 1% of the project's construction budget went toward public art, and each of them hope to inspire people in a different way.
For me, I started thinking about the displacement of indigenous people in Platte County through the Platte Purchase.
Garcia's work, Diaspora 1X, focuses on immigrant experiences and histories of people of color.
For too long, we've kind of existed in the U.S., not seen ourselves in artwork publicly.
Zhang's works, Grass Style and Kansas Braids, juxtapose her unique form with images of wispy tall grass prairie.
Even though we're from Midwest, but there's a culture, different voices can be heard.
And Humphrey's faces show the many expressions of KC.
I try to make it, interesting, as well as, really convey, what it means to be a part of Kansas City.
They're all on display now, ready to greet travelers from around the world.
Really important to kind of really just demonstrate and give, visibility.
A lot of people feel like they can see diverse type of art anywhere.
This is what this work does. It gives you the ability to see yourself in a body of work.
A collection of works greater than the sum of its parts. A showcase of Kansas City and its many expressions.
Excited to be a part of it, and I'm excited to see kind of what comes of it.
A busy day at Union Station means a lot of coffee flowing at Parisi's.
Business has been great.
And Joe Paris is looking forward to opening another new location next week, a cafe front and center at the new KCI terminal.
We really have tended to pick locations that are central in the city and that represent the city, and so the airport is just an extension of that.
They're one of many local brands people will see when they come into town.
We love to see little bags of Guy's chips all around the whole airport.
Brittany Clemens is the chief operating officer at Guy's Snacks. The company's deli concept will also have a storefront in the airport.
Kansas City loves Kansas City. It's so important to kind of feed back into our community.
There's local beers too.
It's a dream come true to be a part of it.
Matt Moore owns Martin City Brewing Company. They'll have a tap room at the terminal.
To be represented out there with 20, 25 other Kansas City local brands, I mean, we're honored.
More than 3/4 of the new vendors will be local. There's also nods to a few neighborhoods like the City Market and 18th and Vine.
They can walk into the airport and see and feel, all the great things that the city has to offer.
There's a taste of KC everywhere for travelers from around the world to enjoy.
It shows, that this city uniquely is very focused on people from the city, people that work in the city. It's really, really unique.
It's a craft that's good for the soul.
There's just something about taking something and shining it up.
Rick Evans takes a shine to people as much as the shoes he cares for.
You meet the best people every day.
It's a process he's perfected, working for more than a decade at the old KCI terminal.
I think it just gives you a confidence. When you look down and you think, my shoes look pretty darn good.
But his business, Shine on the Go, was not selected for the new KCI, meaning he's now set up shop at the Ambassador Office building a few miles down the road.
I could almost tear up talking about it. Everybody was so close because, it was kind of a tight environment.
Some travelers noticed his booth was gone.
I miss the shoe shine guy. I do.
I would get my shoes signed occasionally with him, so I'm going to miss him.
More than a few shoes will miss him too.
They're not too bad right now, but I wish I had him right now. I'd go get a quick shine.
But Evans isn't bitter about the move.
We needed a new terminal.
His new building has businesses like barbershops and plenty of foot traffic to keep him busy with drop-off orders.
There's just so much energy here. Like I said, they're renovating. There's different businesses in here. There's a lot of hotels.
For him, it's the end of an era.
I built a lot of good relationships with people.
But he believes there's still a demand demand for his craft.
That kind of elevates the whole outfit.
And he'll always enjoy helping people look their best from heel to toe.
Every customer that sits in the chair is the most important customer I have. You can be proud of that.
I went through the whole airport ritual on a trip to Dallas and back today. And because I was kind of on the go, I used this vlogging setup to capture everything. But here's how it went getting in and out of the new KCI. Walking through the new terminal, the first thing you notice is the size. There's definitely more ground to cover.
It was really quick and very convenient.
But most travelers seem to find it just as accessible.
Exact same as it was before, a lot easier. It's very fast.
I parked in the short-term garage in minutes, started a timer to see how long the process would take to get in.
Sir, how we doing today?
My flight was one of the first this morning, so the crowd was pretty light, with a minimal wait to get past security. By the time I got through the scanner, it had been about 17 minutes.
I was very impressed. It was just easy to drop my bag off at the Sky Cab and walk through security and actually have a bathroom with soap.
The moving walkway sped things up to my gate at the far end of the terminal, surrounded by local brands and a variety of vendors before I boarded for Dallas alongside some of the first passengers of the day.
I booked this flight just to be on one of the first flights. This has kind of blown my expectations out of the water.
All right, I made it to Dallas. Smooth flight. Now it's time for a quick cup of coffee. Then it's back to KCI. I think I'm going to have just enough time to get a souvenir, too.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to see what they've done.
Word had spread to the Texas travelers, many of them curious about the new terminal awaiting them.
I'm excited. I like to see, new airports and see how they're functioning. Look for a good place where if I have a layover, I have a place to relax.
Flew out of the old one and we're into the new one today. It's exciting.
All right, back in Kansas City, just landed in the new terminal, and so far the reviews seem pretty good.
Wow, it's like being in a really big city airport. This is cool.
Some were struck by the sheer size difference.
That's the first impression. It's huge. This is awesome.
I think it's amazing, to be honest. This is one of the best airports I've seen.
It's very nice. I'm impressed.
Many stopped to enjoy a bite to eat and look around.
I like the amenities, I like the food.
They found their way downstairs to the new baggage claim, happy to be back and seemingly satisfied with the airport's opening day.
Everything's together now and easy to get through, instead of being like A, B, and C terminal.
You have more stores, you have more places to eat. It just looks nice.
It's comfortable, so I really like it. I really like what they've done.
It took less than 25 minutes for me to get from car to gate, and only about 10 minutes to walk back out with my souvenir from the Lone Star State. From KCI, Nathan Vickers, KCTV 5 News. There's a lot of people, hundreds of pairs of shoes passing through KCI.
Where are you headed to?
But what Rick Evans enjoys most about working in an airport is the people.
There you go, ma'am.
Though business is the best it's been in a long time.
Done more shoe shines in the last 2 days than I did the last month.
He's here now because Armand Lasker saw our previous story about Rick, about how he moved into the ambassador office building because he didn't get a spot in the new terminal.
And I said, well, hey, I have a shoe shine station.
Lasker owns the Director's Cut Barbershop, a perfect match for Evan's line of work.
It's all old school, man. If you look around, the shop has an old school feel. The shoe shine station, it enhances to it.
Together, they get people travel ready, from head to toe.
We kind of feed off his customers are my customers are his customers.
A fresh set of shoes is still important to a lot of customers, like Tom Freeman.
I think everybody notices your shoes first. It says everything about you, if you have your shoes shined or not.
The newsstand is in a better spot for foot traffic too, since it's just inside security.
The energy is better, the lighting is better, people are so positive.
And Evan's years of experience are paying off.
Did an awesome job, one of the best I've ever had.
But Evans is most thankful to be back at the airport, around the many souls that pass through.
I mean, you see people from all over the country, from all over the world, and it's just a positive environment.